I just did my first 9-round Swiss style chess tournament. In fact, it was my first tournament. I did better than I expected, but I also made a lot of mistakes. We'll explore some essential lessons that I learned as a beginner from my first chess tournament. So let's go. So this was a London game. I started out just very, very simple, right? Everything played out to the book. Look at all this, right? Nothing was out of the extraordinary. I only know London and Cow and King's Gambit. So those are the 3 openings. I don't know any black openings. That's something that I will talk about later. So he challenges the center pawn, and I, of course, continue my London development. This not only protects the pawn, but this is part of the London structure. And so he takes, I take from this side because, again, this opens up this rook, plus it opens up my queen. So then he keeps developing, and now the London structure is fulfilled. Check out what happened. So he goes here to attack, and I get my knight outpost, right? This is an essential square in the London opening. So now he develops the queen, but I got 2 defenders, so I'm still okay. So now I add another attacker / defender. Check this out. So I thought about this for 5 minutes. In my mind, I'm like, is there a trap? Is he planning something? I was calculating everything. In fact, my first choice was actually going to be to retreat the bishop. I was just that paranoid. But then I realized he's human. He made a mistake. I noticed this. Look, he's hanging his knight. Nothing is protecting his knight. To go after my bishop, he literally decided to hang his knight. So if I retreated my bishop, that would have been a big mistake. He would have gained a tempo on me. So guess what I did? And now he's down 3 points. He's down a minor piece. And suddenly I got my confidence. I realized, okay, 1440, it's okay. I'm about to beat him. So in a desperate attempt, he raises his pawn, which actually probably isn't the best thing to do because now he's weakening his castle. So I get my seatbelt. I get my queen to seatbelt his king. And now he knows he's in dire straits. So this is also not the right thing to do. What he's trying to do is make space for his queen here, and he's trying to threaten this knight. But now he's weakened his castle structure even more. Look at these 2 squares that normally are protected now are open, and I got a queen right here. So now the reason I do this is, 1, I'm already ahead a knight, and this further breaks down his structure. And if he retakes, I still come out on top. I have an extra pawn. So he does retake, but now look at this. Look at all these squares. My queen is getting very close to him. And this is when my mind starts working. As I realized if I can remove this defender from going here, then my queen is basically unharassed. I can start capturing this way. How do I remove the defender? I will exchange here, forcing his queen to come over. And so that's what I do. Boom, remove the defender. And so now he's got a choice. He can either do this, and then my queen starts really coming into his king's territory, or he can come here and protect and potentially exchange with me, but then he'd be down a minor piece and a pawn. Either way, he knew he was in dire straits, so he just resigns right here. My opponent resigns, a 1440 resigns right here. He knew that he's so far down that it's going to be hard for him to come back. And I was surprised because I was the first one out of that first round. Out of more than 250 people, I was the first one to win my game. And this is why I think we're always going to have fun playing people, because machines will not make mistakes like this unless you program them to purposely make mistakes like this. With a very surprising first round victory, suddenly I was on the map. Everyone's like, this dude who's a beginner who's not rated beat a 1440 player. Chances are that 1440 did underestimate me, because after all, this guy's a beginner. What does he know? How is he going to spot that I hang my piece? Next game, I played a 1570 player, and this game was really interesting because if I just stuck to the principles I knew, I could have won, but I made a lot of mistakes when it comes to tempo and aggression and defensiveness. So let's look at the second game. So second game was a Queen's Gambit game, and I haven't really studied the Queen's Gambit, so I didn't play it completely correct. But I will jump forward to a point where I messed up due to not calculating and also not counterattacking. So the mistake was right around here. So let's analyze the board really quickly. I am threatening the queen. I also have a little bit of a pin here. So obviously you can see at this point, I've taken the initiative a little bit back. This player had me on my back feet for a little bit. What I noticed a couple of moves before this, but I definitely started seeing it here, was look at this. This is an X-ray. If the bishop moves, the rook is threatening my queen. By noticing this discovered attack, something was uneasy in my mind. So check out what he does. This was a mistake because this pawn is hanging. This pawn is hanging. So I sat here, I thought about it for a while. Do I take it? Do I take it? I guess I just got tripped out because I was so afraid of this queen getting trapped or getting taken or something. I didn't take a free pawn. This would have given me the advantage again. Check out what I do. This was the wrong move. This discovered attack, man, it for some reason tripped me out too much. Check out what the computer would have recommended. So we're here, computer would have said, just take that free pawn. Take that free pawn. So what if they threaten your rook and discover the attack here? You know what you got? You can just move the queen here, put it on a more active square, threaten this, and protect this. And you're being protected here, and you're being protected here. So if he goes for the exchange, I would have won out a pawn. But because all I saw was discovered attack plus a double attack, I didn't see that this queen is also hanging. This queen is also hanging. So if he tries to double attack me with the bishop plus this discovered attack, I can just go over and attack his queen and protect my own rook with my queen. So because of this, I lose the best chance I had to take the initiative, gain the advantage. And it sort of goes a little downhill from here. Because I forget to attack, counterattack, take the tempo, I'm back on my back feet again. And then there's an essential moment later. I make a blunder that he capitalizes on. I took a 20-minute break because, again, this was 100 minutes with 30-second increments. I knew I was about to get checkmated, so I took a 20-minute break. I just walked around, I thought about it, and then I realized the only move that would save me this game was right here. Took me 20 minutes to find this, but this saved me the game, or else I would have been imminently checkmated. And then he makes a big mistake. He does this because he's thinking about this battery right here. This is sometimes the best defense is offense. Notice the engine telling me I can just threaten his queen. But check how it plays out. Now I take that stupid pawn I should have taken before. Too little, too late. I need to deal with this imminent threat right here. So the computer says I should have done that. And then, you see that? It would have forced an exchange, and this would have had a tempo. It would have been a check too. And because of that, he would have been forced to take my knight because I had a check. And then I would have retaken that bishop. It would have been better than how the game turned out. Later on, same exact thing happens. He goes here, and then again, all I had to do was threaten his queen. All I had to do was here. All I had to do was here. So it would have been almost like how it was before. I just didn't think initiative. I didn't think you can also attack and defend. And I played this move. I don't understand why I played this move. Maybe I was just trying to get my queen or something, but this allowed for a really bad exchange. You see, now my queen's gone. So then it was basically over. I mean, I still had a maybe little shot, but at his level, I wasn't going to come back from this. So again, all because I got defensive. All I saw was, oh my God, I'm getting threatened now by a pawn. And I didn't think I could counterattack, man. All I had to do was this. He would have taken my queen, and then I would have taken his queen back. Look at that. And then he would have taken my knight. It's still okay. It's still salvageable. Whereas how it actually worked, I was down to queen because I didn't think about counterattacking. I didn't think about you can also attack and defend. So despite losing this game, even the 1570 player gave me a lot of credit. He saw that there were moments, if I played it a little bit more accurately, I could have turned this game around because he made a lot of mistakes too. We have a lot more lessons to come. After all, everyone played 9 games, so I have 9 games of lessons that I will never forget. Hope you enjoyed part 1. Part 2 will come soon. Shout out to everyone at the tournament. Shout out to everyone that's been following my chess journey. I will get better, and I have gotten better, but I will continue improving. Talk to you guys very soon.